Ever feel like your home is working against you instead of for you? You need something, but can't remember where you put it. You go to flip a light switch, but it's the wrong one. You grab something from a shelf, but everything else falls. Over? Sound familiar? You're not alone. As we get older, a cluttered, disorganized space doesn't just create frustration. It creates risks. Falls, misplaced medications, hard-to-reach items. A little bit of chaos makes daily life harder than it needs to be. But here's the good news. You don't need a complete home makeover to fix it. You just need the right systems in place. And today you're getting 20 professional-level organization hacks that will make your home safer, smarter, and easier to navigate. These aren't just nice-to-have tips. They'll save you time, reduce stress, and help you feel more in control of your space every single day. Let's get started. Tip number 1. The maybe box method. Declutter without regret. Decluttering is tough. Every object holds a memory, a purpose, or a just-in-case excuse. And before you know it, your home is filled with things you don't use, but can't seem to let go of. That's where the maybe box method comes in. Instead of forcing yourself to make a quick decision, give yourself time. Take items you're unsure about, clothes, books, kitchen gadgets, decorations, and place them in a box. Label the box with a date, maybe 3 or 6 months from now, then store it out of sight. If you haven't needed, wanted, or even thought about those items by the time the date arrives, you don't need them. Donate, recycle, or toss them without regret. This method removes the pressure of decluttering, stops the "but what if I need it" panic, and helps you clear your space without second-guessing every decision. Less clutter means fewer tripping hazards, less stress, and a home that feels lighter and easier to navigate. And once you start clearing space, you'll want to make sure you can actually find what you need. That's where smart labeling comes in. Let's talk about that next. Tip number 2. Label light switches. No more guessing. Ever flipped 5 different switches just to find the right one? You're not alone. When every switch looks the same, you waste time, get frustrated, and if it's dark, you might even trip, trying to find the right light. The fix? Labels. A simple large print label, glow-in-the-dark sticker, or even color-coded dots can turn that guessing game into a 1-second solution. Kitchen light, hallway light, porch light. Now you know exactly what each switch does. No trial and error. Glow-in-the-dark labels. Perfect for nighttime navigation. No need to fumble around in the dark. And if you have visitors, caregivers, or grandkids over, they won't have to ask where everything is. A well-labeled home is an efficient home. Small changes like this make daily life smoother, especially in the early morning or late at night. And speaking of making things easier, what about all those sentimental items cluttering your space? That's next. Tip number 3. Memory corners. Honor sentimental items without clutter. We all have things we can't let go of, photos, keepsakes, gifts, or little treasures that hold years of memories. But when sentimental items are scattered all over the house, they don't feel special. They just feel like clutter. The solution? Create a memory corner. Instead of keeping things tucked away in drawers or piling them on every surface, dedicate one specific shelf, cabinet, or display area for your most meaningful keepsakes. A single shelf for family photos, a shadow box for small keepsakes, old letters, or souvenirs, a display table with a few carefully chosen pieces that truly matter. This does 2 things. First, it keeps your home organized. Second, it makes your sentimental items more special. When everything is grouped together, you actually notice and appreciate them more. Plus, this keeps your main living spaces open, clean, and clutter-free. No more random trinkets taking over countertops. No more struggling to find space for new things. And speaking of space, let's talk about storage. Because if your closets and cabinets are overflowing, this next hack is a game changer. Tip number 4. Use stackable storage bags. Maximize space, minimize effort. Closets stuffed to the brim. Cabinets overflowing. Bins stacked so high you're afraid to touch them. Sound familiar? The problem with traditional storage bins? They're bulky, hard to stack, and a nightmare to dig through. The solution? Stackable storage bags. These lightweight, zippered fabric storage bags hold just as much as plastic bins but take up half the space. Unlike rigid bins, they compress down, fit neatly under beds, inside closets, or on shelves, without wasting an inch. Why they work better? Flexible shape means they fit in tight spaces. See-through panels make it easy to know what's inside. Lightweight and soft. No struggling with heavy bins. Stack neatly without falling over. Perfect for storing seasonal clothes, blankets, linens, holiday decorations, or anything you don't use daily. And here's a bonus. Because they're so easy to handle, you're more likely to keep things organized. No more saying, "I'll deal with that later." You can store and retrieve things without the hassle. Now that you've got your storage under control, let's talk about one of the easiest, most overlooked ways to create instant organization: hooks. That's next. Tip number 4. Use stackable storage bags. Maximize space, minimize effort. Closets stuffed to the brim, cabinets overflowing, bins stacked so high you're afraid to touch them. Sound familiar? The problem with traditional storage bins? They're bulky, hard to stack, and a nightmare to dig through. The solution? Stackable storage bags. These lightweight zippered fabric storage bags hold just as much as plastic bins, but take up half the space. Unlike rigid bins, they compress down, fit neatly under beds, inside closets, or on shelves, without wasting an inch. Why they work better? Flexible shape means they fit in tight spaces. See-through panels make it easy to know what's inside. Lightweight and soft. No struggling with heavy bins. Stack neatly without falling over. Perfect for storing seasonal clothes, blankets, linens, holiday decorations, or anything you don't use daily. And here's a bonus: because they're so easy to handle, you're more likely to keep things organized. No more saying, "I'll deal with that later." You can store and retrieve things without the hassle. Now that you've got your storage under control, let's talk about one of the easiest, most overlooked ways to create instant organization: hooks. That's next. Tip number 5. Motion sensor lights. No more stumbling in the dark. You wake up in the middle of the night. Maybe it's for a bathroom trip, maybe just to grab a glass of water. Either way, your home is pitch black. You reach for a light switch, but it's too far. You shuffle forward, trying to be careful. One wrong step and bam, it only takes one misstep in the dark to cause a serious fall. And as we age, reaction time slows, balance becomes more fragile, and night vision isn't what it used to be. That's why navigating your home at night needs to be effortless and safe. The solution? Motion sensor lights. No more fumbling for switches, no more stumbling in the dark. Just a soft, automatic glow that lights up the second you need it. Place them in hallways, bathrooms, staircases, and entryways. Small battery-operated lights can be installed in minutes with no wires or complicated setups. Some even plug directly into outlets, providing gentle illumination without blinding you. The best part? They only turn on when you need them. No wasted energy, no forgetting to switch them off. Just instant visibility exactly when and where it's needed. A safer home starts with simple upgrades like this, and once you eliminate nighttime hazards, it's time to focus on another major safety risk: keeping floors clutter-free. Tip number 6. Clear pathways. The no-fall rule. Your home should be easy to move through day or night, but too often things start piling up. A small table near the hallway, a stack of books on the floor, shoes kicked off and left near the door. It might not seem like much until it's in your way when you least expect it. Falls happen fast. 1 second you're walking like normal. The next you've tripped over something that shouldn't have been there. And as we age, recovering from a fall isn't as simple as getting back up. It can lead to serious injuries, long recovery times, and even loss of independence. The fix is simple: clear, open pathways. Start with the most used areas in your home. Hallways, doorways, and spaces between furniture should be wide and obstacle-free. No side tables sticking out, no baskets sitting in the way, no piles of magazines on the floor. If you have rugs, make sure they're secured with non-slip backing. If you have cords, tuck them away where they can't catch your foot. And here's a small change that makes a big difference: use furniture sliders. These small pads make it easy to adjust chairs, tables, and other pieces without heavy lifting. If something's in the way, You can slide it aside safely instead of struggling to move it. A well-organized home isn't just about making life easier. It's about making it safer too. Because when your space works for you instead of against you, daily life feels effortless. Tip number 7. Anti-slip mats and runners. Make every floor safe. You don't have to trip over something to take a bad fall. Sometimes it's the floor itself that's the problem. Smooth tile in the bathroom, slippery hardwood in the hallway, a loose rug in the living room. All it takes is one wrong step and suddenly you're on the ground. This is why anti-slip mats and runners are a must. Start with the high-risk areas. The bathroom is the most dangerous spot in the house, especially when the floor is wet. A non-slip bath mat outside the shower or tub adds instant grip. For extra security, use adhesive strips inside the tub to prevent slipping. Hallways and kitchens are next. A long, non-slip runner rug provides traction on hardwood or tile floors. Unlike traditional rugs, these are designed to stay in place. No curling edges, no sliding around, and don't forget the living room. If you have throw rugs, secure them. Use rug grippers or double-sided tape to keep them flat and locked in. Even small adjustments like this can prevent a life-changing fall. Because staying safe in your home isn't about being careful, it's about making sure your space is built to protect you. Tip number 8. Lazy Susans in cabinets. No more reaching for items in the back. How many times have you struggled to grab something from the back of a cabinet? You stretch, lean, maybe even stand on your toes, just to reach a jar, a spice, or a box tucked away behind everything else. And sometimes, that stretch is all it takes to lose your balance. Here's a better way. Lazy Susans, a simple turntable. Inside your kitchen cabinets or pantry, lets you access everything with a single spin. No reaching, no knocking things over. No pulling out half the cabinet just to get what you need. Use a small one for spices, condiments, and medications. A larger one for pantry staples like canned goods or baking supplies. Even under the sink, a turntable makes cleaning products easy to grab, without having to dig through a crowded cabinet. It's a small change, but one that completely transforms how you organize your home. No more struggling, no more strain. Just a smarter, easier way to get what you need, safely and effortlessly. Tip number 9. Rolling laundry basket. Save your back and knees. Laundry might not seem like a big deal until you're carrying a heavy basket across the house, bending down to pick up clothes, or awkwardly balancing a load while trying not to trip. All that lifting, pulling, and bending adds up, and over time, it puts stress on your back, hips, and joints. The fix? A rolling laundry basket. Instead of hauling a heavy load from the bedroom to the laundry room, just roll it. No lifting, no straining, just an easy glide across the floor. Look for one with sturdy wheels and a lightweight frame, so it moves easily without tipping over. And if you have trouble bending down to pull clothes from the dryer, get a raised basket or a collapsible hamper that sits at waist level. That way, you're not constantly bending and reaching. Laundry might be a chore, but it doesn't have to be a workout. A rolling basket takes the strain off your body and makes the whole process faster, easier, and safer. And while we're on the subject of making everyday tasks easier, let's talk about a simple trick to keep your clothes neat and organized without the frustration of messy drawers. Tip number 10. Fold clothes the flip and stack way. No more messy piles. You open a drawer, pull out a shirt, and suddenly the whole stack collapses. Now everything is wrinkled, out of order, and you're left refolding half your wardrobe. Sound familiar? There's a better way. Instead of stacking clothes on top of each other, store them vertically like files in a drawer. This way, you can see everything at a glance without disturbing the rest. Here's how to do it. Fold your shirts, pants, or towels into a compact rectangle, then stand them up in neat rows. Instead of reaching under a pile, you simply slide out the item you need. No mess, no frustration. This works wonders for drawers, storage bins, and even shelves. And for extra organization, use drawer dividers to keep everything in its place. The result: neater drawers, fewer wrinkles, and no more digging through stacks of clothes. It's an easy fix that makes getting dressed faster and keeping things tidy effortless. And speaking of making mornings easier, what if you never had to waste time deciding what to wear again? Tip number 11. Outfit prepping. Reduce decision. Fatigue. Ever stand in front of your closet in the morning, staring at your clothes, trying to decide what to wear? It's a small decision, but it adds unnecessary stress to your day. The solution? Pick your outfit the night before. Before going to bed, set out everything you'll need: clothes, shoes, accessories. Hang it on a hook, place it on a chair, or even use a simple organizer with labeled sections for each day of the week. This one habit saves time, eliminates frustration, and ensures you're always dressed comfortably and appropriately for the day ahead. No more rushing, no more last-minute changes. Just a smooth, stress-free morning. And if you want to make things even easier, stick to a few go-to outfits that you know fit well, feel good, and work for any occasion. Simplifying your wardrobe makes getting dressed effortless. Now that your mornings are running smoother, let's talk about keeping track of daily essentials, because nothing is more annoying than constantly searching for misplaced items. Tip number 12. Keep a daily essentials basket. No more hunting for the basics. Nothing slows down your day like searching for misplaced essentials. Your glasses, your phone, the remote, your keys, they always seem to disappear when you need them most. The fix? A dedicated daily essentials basket. Pick a spot: a small tray on the kitchen counter, a basket by the front door, or a drawer in the living room. This becomes the official home for the items you use every day. When you walk in, drop your keys in the basket. When you're done reading, place your glasses in the same spot. No more wondering where things went. No more digging through bags or checking 5 different rooms. This one small habit eliminates stress, saves time, and keeps everything exactly where you need it. Because when the things you use most are always in the same place, your day just runs smoother. And speaking of organizing things you use often, photos are some of the most treasured items we own, but they can easily become a cluttered mess. Let's fix that. Tip number 13. Digital photo frame. A clutter-free way to enjoy memories. Photographs are one of the most precious things we own. They tell our story, remind us of loved ones, and capture moments we never want to forget. But over time, printed photos pile up, filling drawers, covering shelves, and creating clutter instead of joy. The solution? A digital photo frame. Instead of keeping stacks of albums or frames on every surface, a digital frame rotates through hundreds of pictures in one place. With a single device, you can display old family photos, recent memories, and everything in between without taking up space. The best part? It's effortless. Many digital frames update automatically, letting family members send new pictures straight to your frame from anywhere. No printing, no organizing, no clutter. Just an endless slideshow of the moments that matter most. This keeps your memories alive without overwhelming your home. And when everything is digital, there's no risk of losing or damaging old photos. Clean, organized home doesn't mean letting go of the things you love. It just means finding better ways to enjoy them. And while we're eliminating unnecessary clutter, let's talk about one thing that always seems to make a mess: cables and cords. Tip number 14. Cord organizers. No more tangled wires. Cords and cables are everywhere. Phone chargers, TV remotes, lamp cords, kitchen appliances, it all adds up. Before you know it, you're dealing with a tangled mess behind your furniture, on your countertops, or in that one drawer where everything electronic seems to disappear. The fix? Cord organizers. Velcro wraps, labeled zip ties, or cable management boxes keep cords neat, untangled, and easy to find. Instead of dealing with a jungle of wires, you'll have a clean, streamlined setup where every cord has its place. For things you unplug and use often, like phone chargers, designate one spot for them. A small charging station on your nightstand or kitchen counter eliminates the daily search for missing cords, because let's be honest, untangling cables is one of life's most unnecessary annoyances. Organizing them takes minutes but saves hours of frustration. Tip number 15. Emergency grab-and-go binder. Be prepared for anything. Nobody likes to think about emergencies, but being unprepared is worse. If you ever need important documents, fast, medical records, insurance papers, emergency contacts, would you know exactly where to find them? If not, It's time for an emergency grab-and-go binder. This is one simple binder that holds copies of everything important: medical info, legal documents, family contacts, medication lists, and even home repair details. Keep it in an easy-to-access spot so that if there's ever an emergency, you or your loved ones have everything you need in one place. Because in a crisis, the last thing you want is to be scrambling through drawers looking for paperwork. A little organization now means peace of mind later. And speaking of staying prepared, let's talk about organizing medications so you never miss a dose or mix things up. Tip number 16. Medication management, a foolproof system. Taking medications on time should be simple, but somehow it never is. Did I take it already? Was that yesterday's pill? What time is the next dose? One small mistake can throw everything off, or worse, lead to a missed or double dose. The fix: a clear, foolproof system. A large print, color-coded pill organizer is the easiest way to keep track of morning and evening doses. Some even come with alarms or smart reminders that beep when it's time to take your next pill. If you have multiple prescriptions, a labeled medication tray keeps bottles neatly arranged in order of use. No more digging through cabinets, and if you ever travel, bring a pocket-sized pill case with compartments for each day, so your routine stays on track no matter where you are. Taking medications shouldn't be stressful. With the right setup, it's automatic. Tip number 17. Fire safety. Quick and easy upgrades. A fire is the last thing anyone expects, but every home needs to be prepared. The problem? Most people don't check their smoke detectors until it's too late. Make it a habit. Check your smoke alarms every 6 months. Change the batteries if needed, and make sure they're loud enough to wake you up. If your home has multiple floors, install detectors in hallways, bedrooms, and near the kitchen. And don't forget a fire extinguisher. Keep one in an easy-to-reach spot, preferably in the kitchen, where most household fires start. If you've had one for years, check the expiration date. Yes, extinguishers expire, and an old one might not work when you need it most. These are simple steps, but they make all the difference. Because in an emergency, every second counts. And while we're talking about emergencies, let's make sure you never get locked out of your home. Tip number 18. Extra keys in a safe spot. Avoid getting locked out. It happens to everyone. You step outside for a second, then click. The door's locked. Or worse, you misplace your keys and spend half an hour turning the house upside down. Avoid the hassle by keeping a spare key in a secure lockbox outside your home. Not under the doormat. Not in the flower pot. A proper code-protected lockbox hidden in a discreet location. If you ever lose your keys or lock yourself out, you'll have a backup without compromising security. If you have a trusted neighbor or family member nearby, consider giving them a spare key as well. It's a simple backup plan that saves stress and keeps you from being stranded outside. Tip number 19. Weekly home reset. The secret to staying organized. Even the most organized homes can slowly slip back into chaos. Drawers fill up, countertops get cluttered. Things don't always get put back where they belong. That's why a weekly home reset is a game changer. Pick a day, maybe Sunday evening or Monday morning, and spend just 15 minutes tidying up key areas. Clear off surfaces, check your daily essentials basket, put things back in their places. It's not deep cleaning, it's just resetting. When you stay on top of small tasks, you never have to deal with big messes. Your home stays in order, your mind feels clearer, and you start every week fresh, not overwhelmed. Tip number 20. Simplify. Don't complicate. At the end of the day, the best organization tip is to make life easier, not harder. If a system feels like too much work, it won't last. Find the methods that work for you. Ones that make daily tasks effortless, not exhausting. If something isn't serving a purpose, let it go. If a room feels overwhelming, simplify. The less clutter in your home, the less clutter in your mind, because a well-organized home isn't about perfection. It's about creating a space that helps you live comfortably, safely, and happily, every single day. Conclusion: small changes, big impact. A more organized home isn't about fancy containers or complicated systems. It's about practical solutions that make life easier, safer, and stress-free. With these 20 professional hacks, you can simplify your space, protect your safety, and create a home that truly works for you. No more wasted time searching, no more clutter taking over, no more daily frustrations. Just a smoother, more effortless way to live. Now tell me, which of these organization hacks are you excited to try first? Do you already use any of them? Let's talk in the comments. And if you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss more practical tips for easier, stress-free living.